Okay, let's get started. These four squares are very important. If you can take your control over these four squares, then it will be good for you. Generally, in the first 10 moves, you have to develop your pieces rather than focus on capturing the pieces. So, how do you develop your pieces? As you know, the first move is made by the white, so the white will move two steps and try to regain the control over this this particular square. These four squares are very important. If you can take control, or if you can have supremacy on these four squares, then you'll have a lot of control in the game. So now first the white has moved, so now the black will move. So these two over here, nothing can be done about it. They cannot be captured. So in the next move, the white might move another two steps to make a pawn duo. This is called a pawn duo. On these squares, especially these ranks, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 5th rank, generally you will find pawn duos. If not in over here, then somewhere over here, somewhere over here, somewhere over here. So these pawn duos are very important. Now this pawn although can be captured by my black pawn, but I will not do that because we have to develop the pieces first rather than focus on capturing the pieces. So I will also move two steps, or what I can do, instead of moving this, I can protect my this pawn from there, from the white pawn capturing my black pawn. I can move my knight on this square. So now you see, if the white pawn captures my black pawn, my knight will capture this pawn. So similarly, if I would like to capture the white pawn, so the white will also make a move to protect this white pawn and at the same time attack my pawn, black pawn. So this is how every move should be protected by some piece and it should be attacking some piece. So now I will also make a pawn duo because I can afford that right now. The reason being, if this pawn captures my black pawn, then I can overtake it with the queen, and there is no other piece which can, the queen can take my queen can be captured. So all said, now whose turn is it? Acha, I think it's the white's turn. White, black, white, black is the white's turn, I think. So this white bishop can be moved up till over here, and of course if you make a move and then you come back, you are actually delaying the process. The other forces will keep on moving fast. So there is a sort of a you have to adjust the timings also. You cannot waste your moves, like you put it over here and then I force you back, like I put my pawn over here, and because you cannot capture my this pawn because you won't like to capture, so again you will go back. So this is a wastage, and I'll keep on advancing and you will keep on wasting time. So don't make moves which can be, which you have to retrace back. But I will not do so in this case because I'll think of something else. What I will do, suppose if you try to capture my, this knight. I will try to capture your bishop with my bishop if you do that. So I have a protection, I have a double protection to my knight, one from this pawn and one from this knight, because this bishop is facing my king, so I have to be very careful. Okay, so next the white can move and try to attack my queen diagonally. So what I will do, I will keep a knight in between, and now I can also attack the king if I want. I can say a check to the king, and again most probably you will try to put your knight in between. And now I'll get time to make a castling, because castling makes the king more safer. So I'll do the castling. I'll move it to 2 steps, 1 2, and the rook over here. Similarly, your white side will also try to do the castling. See, now all your pieces almost are now in position to attack. So this is how the beginning is made, without much of capturing the pieces, but to develop the pieces. Like, they should not be hidden by these pawns or something. They should be there in the front line to make attacks, because this is the beginning of the game, and this is how you start the game, and you develop your pieces as much as you can in the first 9 or 10 moves. After that, you will come to the middle game, where you will start attacking the pieces and try to capture the king, and then there will be an end game where a checkmate has to be given somehow, or maybe it can end in a stalemate or a draw. But these 3 stages are important in the game. One is the first beginning, how you make your debut, how you develop your pieces, and secondly will come the middle game, and thirdly will come the end game. So first let us focus more on the beginning, how to start the game. So this was one model which I have shown you. So there can be another model. I'll keep the pieces back. There can be more models. There is a thing called King's Gambit. In a King's Gambit, you move, the white makes a move over here, and the black moves this pawn over here, and immediately after that a pawn is kept over here for either to be accepted. Like, if I accept it, that I'll capture it, or I'll decline, I will do something else. So this is called a King's Gambit. There's another way of making your pawn duo, is by a Queen's Gambit. A pawn in front of the queen is moved 2 steps, and I will also try to stop it over there. After that, the pawn duo will be made over here. For me, either if I want to capture, or if I want to create my own duo. So that depends. So now you understand what is the King's Gambit and what is the Queen's Gambit. Gambit means a move made for some advantage. So again I'll keep these pieces back, and let me now try to make a pawn duo. First the white will move. I'll try to move from the king's gambit over here, and I'll also make my pawn come on these squares, because these four squares are very important for you to keep on taking the control as much as you can. And after this, suppose if white moves for a king's gambit, so to protect this pawn, what I can do, I can put my knight over here. This is how I'll develop my pieces. And to protect this pawn, I would like to move this pawn forward, or do something else, or just move it one step forward so that it is protected by suppose you have white and I have black, it is protected by your white bishop. So now comes my chance. So I will take out my knight, this knight over here, and this will be sort of attacking this pawn. But during the developing stage, we do not try to capture, we do it in the middle stage, in the middle game. So after this, the white will also come out with his knight, because the knights, they come out fast. It's easy for the knights to come out, and we'll make way for these bishops. So to make a pawn, I might also, suppose if I move this pawn, then it will be blocking my bishop. So what I will do, I will try to take it out as soon as possible and develop my black bishop, and it is protected by my knight. At the same time, now since my bishop has been developed, I would like you would also like to develop your bishop. You can come over here if you want. This is another model of how you can start. After this, this bishop remains to be developed, so I can move one step now, and you can take out your knight, and I can again develop my black bishop, so that if you move your knight, then this queen will be captured. So, and like, it won't be a wise thing to exchange a queen with a bishop. I'll tell you, there are these pawns carry 1 point each, and the knight and the bishop, they carry only 3 points each, and the rooks carry 5 points, and the queen carries 9 points. So you'll have to take care. Although it doesn't affect, the game can be won with very less points on the this chessboard, but still you should be considering these points into your mind. Like, you cannot lose your points unnecessarily. For example, you cannot lose a point by capturing some white pawn with my black bishop, and ultimately getting my black bishop captured. So what I'll be gaining is just 1 point and losing 3 points. Similarly, both sides will have to protect these rooks, because they carry 5 points each, and the queen. These are the major pieces, and these can be exchanged. A knight with a bishop can be exchanged. It will not make much difference because all of these carry 3 points. Bishop also carries the 3 point, and knight also carries 3 points. And so, but you have to be careful that you do not exchange a bigger piece with a pawn. You do not exchange a bigger piece with a major piece with a smaller piece, minor piece, because the rooks and the queen are major pieces and the knights and bishops are minor pieces. So I think now, till the time I do some castling, I think it's the white's turn, so it can move. The white bishop can move over here, and I will like to do the castling on this part, and white will also like to do the castling. So now in these 9-10 moves, all the pieces have been developed for attacking. So this is another model I have shown you. All these pieces are at a different location, and but again, this is how the things have started rolling, and this is how the beginning has been made, a debut has been made. So there are hundreds of ways in which you can make your debut, in which you can make a beginning, and slowly you will learn from time to time with experience that which are the best moves you can make in your beginning, and where you do not come into a pitfall or get trapped unnecessarily. So one more uh, can be developed. In white case, a queen can be brought over here, and in my case also a uh, queen can be brought over here, and it can be it can have a double force. I can also use my double force, but then I don't this my pawn will be unprotected, so I will not like to use that. I will do something else. Maybe I like to move this pawn forward and make all these pawns comfortable. So this is another model of the beginning. So I hope you understand how a beginning is made. A beginning is made by developing the pieces for the middle game, for the attack, and finally for the end game, where this game will end by capturing one of the kings.